So we're building those things that have cylinders that we're connecting together that will look something like this. And you'll have a series of them that are different sizes and shapes. You'll slip and score them together on a slab base, and you'll create your desk organizer or whatever you chose to use it for. So how you'll do that is you'll take some clay. I already rolled this one out here. Yours will just be a lump of clay, but you know how to use the slab roller. You'll take it here, you'll slab roll it up. After you slab roll it up, it'll be nice and flat, as you know. Depending on what you want, you might want yours thinner or thicker. The thicker it is, the easier it is to do, but the less delicate it is. And the thinner it is, it's a little bit harder to do the process. Not too much harder, but it has a nice light, kind of more delicate feel to it, which a lot of times is good. So I believe this is somewhere right in the middle. When you roll it out, you'll have this fabric texture on it. Usually you don't want that, so I'll just take this, smooth it out so you have a nice smooth surface. Otherwise, it'll have that texture, which doesn't look very good on it. And then do the other side. This usually has less of a texture, but still nice to make it smooth. Now, if you're choosing to put texture on this, whatever cylinder you're doing, now is the time to do it. It's harder to do it once you make it. It's hard to kind of like actually get the texture in. So I would do it when it's nice and flat. I might just roll it out like this. There you go, that's my texture. Now, what you need is one of these cardboard tubes that are over there. I took a little piece of paper towel and I put it around it because that'll make it so it slides off and the clay won't get stuck to it. I just put a little tape on there. There's different sizes of these, obviously, so if you want a skinnier one, you'll just use a skinnier one. So, if you want a thicker one, you'll have to just get a thicker one. All right, so now we have it here. We have to decide about how long my slab has to be to get all the way around this. So I'm gonna just measure with a paper. It looks if I used a piece of paper, it's about the right length to get all the way around. However, the clay is a little bit thicker, so give yourself a little bit extra than what you think you need. I use paper. You can use a ruler, but I'm using paper to get a nice straight edge because it has a nice 90-degree edge to it. So what that means is I'll put this down like this, and then I'll do a nice right angle. Oops, that wasn't great, so I'm going to recut. If you just try to freehand it, it often will not be very nice and straight, and it won't have a nice 90-degree angle to it. Now, I decided that I needed a little bit more than a piece of paper, so I'll go to about here, just to give myself some extra room. I'll use the 90 degrees. See where things are. Well, I can see. There we go. So we have straight side, straight bottom, and then I'll just take the top. I'm going a little bit faster than you might go, so you can get a nice straight angle on yours, but I know I have a limited time for attention. So anyway, I have this, which I'm going to wrap around here. However high you want it, you have to actually make yours that height. So this is going to be a very short one. If you want yours taller, it'll be taller, of course. So here's the slab. It's already got the texture on it. I'm going to take this off. Just kind of roll it on there very lightly. I don't want to get the texture off there, so I'm barely holding it. I have a little bit more extra than I needed, like I expected. So I will just cut it so that it is where I need it to be. You will take your slipping and scoring. You have a score and you have slip. You'll kind of get to these edges. I won't take too much time, but make sure that you slip and score your edges well so your seams stick together well. You can see I am doing some scoring here. I would probably do more if I was going to actually keep this. Throw some slip on there. You can imagine that's very well slipped and scored, and then you just kind of join it together. And then where this seam comes together, often that's where I'll connect it to other cylinders, just so it kind of, if there is any seam showing, that it's hidden, and it'll also make it stronger. Now, once you have it around there, you want to take this out. You don't want this to sit in there too long, because when the clay starts to dry, it starts to shrink, and this won't move. So if the clay is shrinking and it has nothing to shrink with it, it'll just crack off. So just take this out whenever you can, and then you have a nice cylinder. Obviously, these will be different heights and shapes. And then once you have these, you'll have a base, a slab base that you'll put these on, so there's a bottom to all of it. But you can see it's got a nice texture on it. We have one of our cylinders. So that's how we'll go about making it. Is there any questions about that? Pretty straightforward. Okay, that's it. Thank you.